Hey, what's up, guys? So, filming the elephant toothpaste while running the class, that was not happening. Wasn't working. You either couldn't see, couldn't hear. It was just a mess. So, hopefully you all watched the first video where you got to see some really cool elephant toothpaste demonstrations. Probably way cooler than what we did in class anyways, because they have way more resources. But here's just going to be the little rundown for your questions. Okay, so question 1 said, what are the reactants? Okay, well, first we need to remember, what is a reactant? Okay, a reactant is what goes into a chemical equation, okay, or to a chemical reaction. Okay, so in this case, in the video you're watching, they might have used some yeast and stuff. That's what we did the first time when it didn't really react nearly as well. This time we used potassium iodide. Okay, so potassium iodide. That is the catalyst. That's what's going to speed up this reaction, okay? And then we mixed in a little soap, but that doesn't really necessarily react with anything. It just traps the gas. And then we poured in hydrogen peroxide, okay? So the main reactants here are potassium iodide and hydrogen peroxide, okay? So then question 2 says, what are the products? Okay, well, when we mix those two things together, the main concept of what was happening was that we are breaking down the hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so that H2O2 is breaking down. Okay, so we get some water and then we get some gas. Okay, and the gas is being trapped in the bubbles. Okay, well, it's making bubbles, it's being trapped in the soap. Okay, so by mixing potassium iodide with hydrogen peroxide, we break the hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, we break it down. We get some water and then we get this gas. Okay, the gas is captured in the soap, and that's what makes that big foam column. So our products would be water and gas. Okay, we don't need to be specific with the gas. We're focused on the fact that there was a gas formation. Okay, question 3 says, was it exothermic or endothermic? Okay, well, the answer is exothermic, and we'll explain that when we're talking about number 4, because number 4 says, how did you know? Okay, well, therm, right, means heat. Okay, temperature. So exothermic is the heat is exiting. Okay, so the heat is being released. Okay, well, that's what our experiment was. When you see those reactions happening, you can actually see some steam, some heat coming off that, right? That you can feel it when you're doing the experiment yourself. It's an exothermic reaction. It's releasing heat. Okay, an endothermic reaction pulls heat in and it makes the surrounding area cold. Okay. So I always got confused when I was younger, like endothermic, like if it's pulling heat in, it should be hot, right? Well, it's releasing heat. That's why you feel it. An endothermic is pulling the heat in, so it makes it feel cold. Okay. What's the last question? Oh, last question. What are 3 pieces of evidence that tell you a chemical reaction has occurred? Well, with this reaction, if we didn't add any food coloring in, when we do the potassium iodide reaction, the iodine in the potassium iodide is actually released as well, and our foam comes out kind of a funky yellowish brown color, and that's because of the iodine. So one piece of evidence for a chemical reaction is that there's a color change. Okay. The second piece of evidence was the fact that there was heat, right? We could feel heat. It was an exothermic reaction. Okay, so by feeling heat, you know that is a potential chemical reaction. That's a piece of evidence that there was a chemical reaction. Okay, and then the last piece is a gas production. Our gas was trapped in the bubbles, and we made that big foam column. So our 3 pieces of evidence could be there was a color change, there was a heat released, and there was gas produced. Okay, so running back through it, our reactants, potassium iodide, hydrogen peroxide, our products, water, and a gas, and also some iodine. Exothermic or endothermic, number 3, it's exothermic. Number 4, how do we know? Because we can feel that heat. And number 5, 3 pieces of evidence, it changed colors, it made a gas, and what do we say for the last one? Changed colors, made a gas. I'm having a brain fart, you guys. You have it. Rewind. Go back. Okay, peace out. This video wasn't supposed to be long anyways. Later. Have a great weekend. Let me know if you need help. Peace out.